I suggested to my neighbor that he walk to Curtin Springs and walk through there. It's about a 15-minute walk. And he got this far to the corner here of 78th Street and 66th Avenue and saw how thin the shoulder is and how close the cars are when they drive by. And he turned around, and I don't think he's walked or ridden to the Curtin Springs wildlife habitat, even though it's only 2 blocks. And it's worth it. Yesterday, twice in the afternoon and early evening, I made this trip, and I did what I call guerrilla gardening, bringing some mushrooms to what do they call it? Inoculate in microbiology when you put some species of bacteria, or in this case fungi, to a medium, in this case soil, wetland soil. This is county wetlands. It hasn't been developed yet, fortunately. We have a little bit. And if you know about fungi, I've taken some classes in it, know a little bit. From the gills underneath the mushroom, or toadstool, some people call them, the gills, they drop little spores, and those spores will germinate in the right conditions in the soil, and they will grow a little bit, not a lot, but a little bit. But if they meet the mycelium from another spore, then they will unite, and that combined genetic material from the 2 spores will grow. Wait. To maturity, and under the right conditions will produce fruiting bodies. Other mushrooms, and will continue the process. So I understand that vegetables require about 60-70% bacteria in the soil to grow well, and about 30-40% fungi. And trees, on the other hand, the reverse, 60-70%. Fungi are required with about 30% bacteria. They have done studies and found that the fungi communicate from tree to tree. They will send nutrients, little highway network under the ground, in the ground, from tree to tree, so that trees who are not getting enough sun can get nutrients from trees that are getting lots of sun. Interspecies of trees, as well as some trees prefer to just help their own species. But there's a lot going on under the ground that most people could care less about. And we're human-centric mostly, individual-centric and human-centric. So I find it humorous, since I've walked this walk for about over 10 years, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 times a week, from my home to Club Green Meadows there, which is across from the Curtin Springs Wildlife Habitat, which was a nice donation to the county or city, I don't know which, but from a couple that appreciated other species besides humans, and maybe even understood the connectivity that we have to nature, how it supports us and our good health or ill health, depending on whether it itself is healthy or not. So here we are, Curtin Springs Wildlife Habitat, October 11th, not quite the middle of the month, but we've had a few days of rain, so it should be a little greener than it was last month. And hopefully it'll give you a chance to see. They say that being in nature is one of the best antidepressants. There's a little mushroom. And I'm going to do a little guerrilla gardening today. Looks like this species of mushroom is already here, but what the heck? More the merrier. So, some fungi are square miles big, and some are single cell. What's the worst that can happen to these? They just break down, become food for mold, and no spores germinate and meet another to live on and continue the process. So it's possible that some wildlife will eat these mushrooms, gills and spores all themselves, and then spores are pretty hardy. They'll probably survive the intestinal tract of the animal and then germinate in that feces or break down into the soil through the rain and snow over the winter, and then germinate, and hopefully two are fairly close together and will create a new. I think this is the first time I've actually done one of these walks through Curtin Springs Wildlife Habitat in the rain, but probably a bunch will happen. If you saw what I did, I put the last of the mushrooms here and dumped the bag, and I brought them in with some parsnip seeds. I didn't see any parsnips growing here. They're very hardy root vegetable. I call it European soul food because if you read Charles C. Mann's books, 1491 or 1493, about the Americas with new research, recent research into the 2010 era, that Europeans didn't have a lot of the staples we consider today. From South America came peppers and tomatoes and potatoes. And from North America came, and Middle and Central America came corn and peppers. And so what did they eat? Well, they ate wheat and parsnips and turnips and rutabaga. Rutabaga have anti-cancer properties, which I've slowly tried to work into my diet on a regular basis. Eating whatever you call it, goulash soup of rutabaga, turnip, beet, parsnip, sweet potato, potatoes, and tried a variety of potatoes, red potatoes mostly, but I got some purple potatoes recently, and of course I put celery and garlic and onion, and try to vary the different types of sweet potatoes. And while rutabagas have anti-cancer properties, the sulfa compounds that are in it and give it its fragrance. When you cut them up, rutabagas have orange flesh with purple top near the stem, the root, and turnips are white with a little purple on the top towards the stem. So apparently I was informed yesterday that I have some basal cell carcinoma on my back, and not sure what to do about that. My first thought was, well, let nature take its course. We don't live forever. Second thought is I won't do radiation therapy, I won't do chemotherapy, not the poison stuff anyway. I wouldn't mind something that would help the immune system fight the cancer. But my thought was, and I won't do surgery because that often will just spread the cancer through the body, because they can't get it all when they're cutting, and the cells go through the interstitial fluid back to the heart, back to the lungs, and a lot of people die of lung cancer because of that. Let's see, is there a pear for me to eat later? Looks like it. Got one, anyway. Looks like some animal ate some. A couple of them. And another one. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And that looks pretty good. I'm a reformed programmed city dweller. So, and sometimes I will take one that's been partially eaten and cut off the eaten part a little bit and extra, and then eat the rest. But I've been enjoying pears the last month or so, up until about 2 weeks ago when I ate the last of them. And so I actually bought some in the store. I think they were about $3 a pound for organic pears. So now I've got a pound for free. This is my Karma Yoga, my service for the community of doing one video a month of these. I just bought a new laptop to be able to edit longer videos because my old laptop was having difficulty. Not enough memory, not a fast enough CPU, so I usually buy second-hand ones, but I thought I would splurge and buy a much more advanced second-hand one from Dell Refurbished Computers, but very disappointing. Didn't quite have all I wanted in the memory, so I added memory to it, and when I opened it up, I found it full of dust, and one of the fans was covered in dust. Big pieces of dust I was able to get out, but I didn't have any of that, whatever you call it. I didn't have a portable vacuum cleaner or a high pressure air or argon gas or something that the computer people use to clean the laptops and inside of computers. So I found that it's not any faster, and it's not handling the heat as well. I guess it's too thin a laptop. They didn't really research it well enough, I guess. So I'm asking them to take it back and see if I can get another one. I'll eat the memory, I guess, that I bought, which cost almost as much as my last laptop, and that's 13 years old. And in fact, I'm going to use the old laptop to process this and post it on the internet, this particular video. I'm thinking about, with the new one, putting it in the fridge for half an hour before using it, see if that helps, but I doubt it because it heats so quickly, and just processing a 14-second short video for YouTube, it went up to from 160 degrees to 200. So it does need a heat sink for the added memory that I added, but I'm not sure that would help. And let's see if there's ducks here today. Looks like there's some river plants there, or stream plants. This is Curtin Creek, part of the Salmon Creek watershed, and I don't see any ducks right now. They're usually right about there. So, no, that's it. So I will sign off here, and